Well, let's stand for our pledge, and Tommy, if you'll lead us in prayer.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our Father in heaven, Lord, as we assemble here tonight as council members and city clerk and mayor and staff, Lord, and our citizens, Lord, and this meeting, Lord, we pray to come together as one and as unison, Lord, as we conduct the business of the city. Lord, we pray that you put it on our hearts and mind, Lord, to seek counsel for you. And Lord, we pray that everything is said and done according to your will. Lord, we ask you to bless us in Christ's name. Amen.
Alderman Duggar is going to be absent this evening. Alderman Stark.
Here.
Alderman Lindsay.
Here.
Alderman McCormick.
Here.
Alderman Lightfoot.
Here.
Alderman McLean. Here. We have a quorum. Water Department financials were in your packet. Tommy and Carol are both here.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the Beebe Water and Sewer financials for the month of October. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The 2024 engagement letter was in your packet. As you know, can I just go ahead? Okay. As you know, the Water Department has to have a separate audit than what we have. A legislative audit does not do Water Department audits, so they'll need permission to go ahead and sign the engagement letter and send it off to Mr. Shoptaw.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the engagement letter for the 2024 engagement. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're going to skip over planning and zoning for the time being until we have somebody coming to speak. So as soon as they get here, then we'll do them. In your packet were the financials for the city of Beebe for the month of October. Any questions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the city of Beebe financials for the month of October 2024. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The minutes were in the packet for the for the October meeting. Any questions, corrections?
Motion to approve. Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the October 24 meeting minutes. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I just wanted to bring up the December meeting. I'm fine with it being that, but I just wanted to make sure you knew it was the week of Christmas. I have nothing to do, so I don't think the mayor has anything
What
to
day
do.
is that on? The
Monday, the 23rd.
Christmas is, do we want to move it up the week before?
I don't care.
I don't necessarily care either. I just think that for planning purposes and people going to see multiple families, because what'll happen is the week of, it'll become an issue.
Yeah.
So go ahead and just move it up now.
Move it up now, yeah.
Move it up
Okay,
a week.
so that will be December 16th. So we have a motion, and a second to move it up to December 16th. All those in favor? Any opposed? Press, you got that? Okay. All right, well, it looks like,
Planning and zoning.
yep, planning and zoning, let's head back to that. Thank you for letting us veer off course here for a minute. First is the minutes of October the 1st.
Motion to approve P and Z minutes from October the 1st.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes for P and Z for October the 1st. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, now I'm going to turn the next part over to the mayor and James and Keith.
Okay, we have an ordinance that was recommended by the P and Z, which Keith spoke on last meeting, as you're well aware of. And under the Arkansas statute, they can recommend and amendment to the text. So this would be amendment to the text of the planning and zoning code. So, Keith, do you want to run back over this again?
So all subdivisions are add, you know, at Beebe, we started looking at other cities, what they're doing to, in the way of one bond, that way the other parts of subdivision, we want to mention, we don't want neighborhood hacking. So one part is more formal bond, and the second part is a subdivision maintenance bond. And basically how that works is they buy street bond. And at the end of the year, before the city takes it all, code enforcement goes out, and they look if there's anything that needs to be fixed. If the developer either can or won't fix it, you can make a claim against the bond. The city will be the bond. So, I don't see a downside to the ordinance because I'll give you a good example. If I put in a subdivision and I go broke in a lease tank, and we got a $100,000 problem with subdivision, it's not the people's fault who bought the house. And the city's got that, the city has to. And so these bonds are a good way to make sure taxpayer dollars.
How do you justify the cost? How do you set the cost of the bond? Is it based on the roof cost?
It's based on financial help for the developer. Bond usually costs from 0.5% up to about 2%.
0.5% or 2 or 3% of what?
The job, as the ordinance reads, I think we require 50% bond on the subdivision maintenance bond. So let's say it's $1 million, that's $500,000, if it's 1%.
Perfect.
Side.
Okay.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Obviously, and this couldn't go into effect unless it was like on a new subdivision.
That's correct.
We're not like trying to
Not-
do anything
It's
retroactive
not
or anything like that.
retroactive, no.
Right, so it would start if we approved it, it would start going forward on the next subdivision started.
Yes.
On next preliminary plat.
Next,
My
next,
understanding. Yes.
is that correct?
Yes, sir, that is correct. We do anything retro, but what it does is it brings good quality developers and those can't bond, probably gonna do a subdivision meeting. So we want to wait, put quality subdivision in, and if something goes wrong, we don't want that.
I'll make a motion, we read ordinance 24-21 by title only.
Second.
I have a motion to read ordinance number 2024-2021 by title only. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ordinance number 2024-21, an ordinance amending the City of Beebe Land Development and Subdivision Code to include the requirement of a performance bond and a maintenance bond, declaring an emergency and for other purposes. I need a motion to adopt the ordinance as read.
So moved.
Second.
Alderman Duggar is absent. Alderman Stark?
Yes.
Alderman Lindsay?
Yes.
Alderman McCormick?
Yes.
Alderman Lightfoot?
Yes.
Alderman McLean? Yes. I need a motion to dispense with the second and third readings.
So moved.
Second.
Alderman Stark?
Yes.
Alderman Lindsay?
Yes.
Alderman McCormick?
Yes.
Alderman Lightfoot?
Yes.
Alderman McLean? Yes. I need a motion to adopt the emergency clause.
So moved.
Second.
Alderman Stark?
Yes.
Alderman Lindsay?
Yes.
Alderman McCormick?
Yes.
Alderman Lightfoot?
Yes.
Alderman McLean? Yes. That ordinance passes.
Thank you all very much.
Okay, we go into the departments next.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Brian, you have something?
I got this in the mayor earlier. Right now, we're almost, we're in our second year of our contract with Motorola for our body cameras and car cameras. Our contract ends in May of 27. If we were to sign a new agreement today, say our contract was up today, we had to sign a new one, we're looking at almost $100,000 to sign an entirely new contract. They have provided us a contract extension, if we would like it. It will take us all the way to 2030. that's $60,000. That's locked in at that. That includes a camera refresh. We just got our first one last week. They haven't got good service yet. We'll get another one in 2027. The original contract is up. So it's going to be, the contract extension is actually $59,616. It can be paid out annually or one lump sum. I think we've done one lump sum before.
This is for the equipment, not the service?
This is for the service and the
So this is service and equipment. I mean, how do the police officers feel about the equipment? No really complaints about it? Everybody seems to like it?
little technical issues every now and then, nothing that, maybe it's not signed for. We send away, say something breaks, we had a DVR break in a vehicle the other day. I called it in, they mailed a new one, and before it's just old one out, it was on my desk. We've had no complaints with the service at all.
I'll make a motion, we extend the contract with Motorola.
I'll second.
I'm gonna call the roll because of the amount. Alderman Stark.
Yes.
Alderman Lindsay.
Yes.
Alderman McCormick.
Yes.
Alderman Lightfoot.
Yes.
Alderman McLean. Yes.
I think we have some discussion on the renewal of the flock cameras, and that's the cameras at the intersections you're aware of, and some. I have a little bit of data here on the flock arrest and recovered vehicles. We have recovered 12 stolen vehicles were recovered from the cameras. There has been 6 break-ins. There was stolen charger battery second out of Pulaski County, robbery suspect on Dollar General stores. It had robbed 7 stores, was solved with flock cameras, 63 misdemeanor warrant arrests, 29 felony warrant arrests, around $110,000 worth of warrants and around $230,000 worth of vehicles have been recovered through the flock system. And so they would like to have our contract extended and also add one more camera, and that would be at exit 29 there about Casey's.
We
Josh,
don't-
you got something?
Josh, where are the cameras at now?
Let's see, there's one at, Center and DeWitt, one at Pecan and DeWitt, Center and DeWitt, it's hard to say that one. And then there's Main DeWitt. The one at the 29 would be great, the Casey's got robbed, I don't know, 3 months ago, and they come from Little Rock, got off, robbed Casey's, and got back on, there's no camera system on that side of the overpass. They've been there, probably about 80% could solve that. The cameras have been excellent.
I know the robbery at Dollar General, we was able to track him, got the vehicle, got the license plate, tracked him all the way to Little Rock, he went down Broadway or somewhere, and tracked him coming back, and I mean, every camera he went under it.
What's the added cost for a camera?
We got. The renewal contract is 18,500.
That's an annual cost?
Yes.
So 18,000 to renew the contract, and then,
Can't remember.
They're around, with taxes, they're around $4,000.
okay. So we're looking at $4,000 for a new camera, plus the 18 for the annual cost, $22,000.
No brainer.
I'm for this all day, every day, twice on Sunday.
All right, but you need a motion to renew the
Motion to
contract.
approve the $18,000 annual renewal and the cost of the camera to put on
Exit 29.
29.
exit 29.
Second.
Okay, I'm gonna call roll. Alderman Stark.
Yes.
Alderman Lindsay.
Yes.
Alderman McCormick.
Yes.
Alderman Lightfoot.
Yes.
Alderman McLean.
Yes.
And we talked a little bit about, we have talked about a new website for the city. And that is pretty much online, being processed, should go online first year, very compatible with the school, very user-friendly. Going to incorporate the water department with the city. And so I think, Jacob, you've discussed this some with Hardy, and Hardy's had several meetings with the people, and so.
Yeah, and I looked at some of the examples that she sent me. You sent some of those examples, like the one in Oklahoma and things like that. The website it's so much it's just more user-friendly than what we have now. I think that it pushes us technology, like with our technology, it pushes us into kind of a new era and what we could do with the website, the information that we could put out, and the fact of how user-friendly it was. And by the way, Harley knows more about all this than I do. I mean, I'm just I'm regurgitating the information that she gave me, plus what I saw in the samples that she sent me. So, the reason why I asked about it is I just wanted information about it and just wanted everybody. Oh, yeah, the app. Go tell them. Oh, but yeah, there's an app that you'll be able to download on the phone, so you'll be able to track things on an app. So, it's just, it is absolutely a way for people that have a problem that says that there's a problem with transparency. Go to the website. 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 So there's places where you can archive the videos of the council meetings. There's places, there's ways that we set up hot links. So if someone wanted to just go to the website, hit the hot link and see the meeting. There's so many things you can do with it. It's once again, it's kind of a no-brainer. I think that we can tie in the water department to it, and then plus a nice area where, hey, if you're moving to Beebe, boom, everything's here. There's ways, put links to the school system where anyways, I think it'll be a great idea. It'll be a great plan.
And it wasn't a lot of money more than what we're spending now, but about what was it? You told me, but I don't exactly remember.
I got it on there.
Oh, you got it, yeah, she said.
So it was, we were paying just under 5, and this will be around 11, but that's including the cost to build the new site.
But not yearly,
No,
that's after setup.
right.
Okay.
So initial cost is like 11,
$11,070.
and then do we know what the annual cost was gonna be?
About 2,500 or so of that is the setup.
Gotcha, okay. So it is, it's more expensive, but, I just think for when we talk about transparency, and that's the stuff that we're talking about, that,
Everybody that uses the schools can use the city.
yes. It's so, it's user-friendly wise, it's,
I used the schools for a few years. If I can do it, anybody can do it.
you say that again. No, I'm just kidding.
Also adding that too, people will be able to get notifications that you can't get from just a standard website. And they can subscribe to notifications that they're interested in and not worry about receiving notifications for things or departments that don't concern them.
Okay.
You don't think we would be able to send out severe weather alerts with that?
Yeah, yes,
And this can be tied out like apartment space, like when the weather works around.
It is.
Jacob, the other item, and this is in the process, and they thought they would be able to have it done by, okay.
I don't think we should launch, I don't think we should launch anything like that till the first of the year anyways. Everybody,
Right.
after, get through Christmas, get through Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
start fresh on January 1 or whenever they can launch it. And, yeah, there's a lot of work that goes into building one of those things right, so.
And you had asked something about maybe doing some improvements, cosmetics, and different things to the police department.
I did.
And I think I'm good with that. I think everybody's probably good with that. we can get with the chief and y'all do a walkthrough. I'm good with you doing a walkthrough with the chief, y'all coming up and reporting it back to us with what you think you want to do on cosmetics. I know that they got redid the courtroom with new chairs last year, and the hallway and the foyers have got new floors, and there's been some painting, but whatever needs to be done, if we need new ceiling tiles, we need whatever, to make it more.
How are they on office space? But, I know, the reason why, the reason why I ask you guys is because, I don't work in that building, but, one, there's a couple things I think. I think a police department, as crazy as this might sound to some people, it should be welcoming. Like, when people drive by the police department, it doesn't need to look like a building it should be welcoming. Like, a police department should be something that makes people feel safe. I don't necessarily think that when I drive by our police department that I necessarily feel safe, but just by cosmetics, right? So obviously I'd like to see something done with the outside of the building, just to
Right.
make it look a little more welcoming. And I'm not a big fan of painting the bricks, but because you gotta repaint and all that kind of stuff, but maybe. But the other thing is just functionality wise throughout the day. And we can get with chief, and see if that's something, but, I just think that if we're not gonna find another building or find something that, maybe we need to add some offices or figure out a way to format that building to where it's a nice environment. Not to mention, as we grow, which it's very clear that we are, as we grow, there's gonna need to be more space. And if I'm a police officer and I walk into a building and I'm getting a job and I want to be hired, that's part of the things part of my perception is what I walk into in the beginning. So, yeah.
There's quite a bit of open area over there that, can be added onto. I think it was actually some of the stuff that was on the original blueprints from years ago. When the building was first built.
And by the way, I'm not saying that that's what we do. I'm just saying I'd definitely like to see the options for those things and laid out. Because once again, but population growth, Parks and Rec growth, police growth, fire department growth, it all happens. More rooftops, you gotta have more services to support those families. So, if not, we're gonna be looking at a new building.
Well, I'm very good with going through the inside and modernizing everything and make it welcoming, and whether it's, some new flooring and rugs and pictures and whatever it needs to make it look like that. And then when we get that done, if we want to add on to the outside of the building on the corner there's quite a bit of space. It's pretty easy to add on to there. You got 2 walls, you need 2 walls and a roof, and it's pretty easy to add on. But also there's some other options that you need to talk to Barron about.
Okay, yeah. Like I said, I just know that, as we grow, how many rooftops we got slated in the next 5 years? A lot. Like over 1,500, correct? Rooftops? Ish?
I haven't done 5 years look at it, but it's several.
That's a lot of people.
Well, we
So-
have grown from probably 6, 7 officers from the time that was built to
Absolutely.
20 officers now.
Yeah, so I just don't see it getting, we're not going the other direction. So I just want to make sure that we're planning correctly and that we have a good police force, keep our citizens safe.
I'm just gonna throw this out there, and the mayor's probably gonna kill me tomorrow, so it's been nice knowing y'all. But as all these departments grow, you realize that the mayor's office and the clerk's office also
Absolutely.
takes on that much more work, which we don't have a problem with. We're not complaining, I know, we're not complaining, but that, we need more space also. Because that's just more storage that we have to, we have 4 grants in the works now, 3 grants in the works now, I don't know, I can't remember. But all those documents have to be kept somewhere forever. I can never throw them away. I have 11 accounts. All those bank statements have to be kept somewhere forever. All the W-2s, they have to be kept somewhere forever.
Yeah.
This is stuff that I can never, even if it's electronically, the paperwork has to stay. Now, some of the things we can get rid of after a
so many years.
But, I mean, so I'm just gonna throw that out there, because as all these departments grow and our city
Yeah.
grows,
No, I
we are also
absolutely.
growing.
I mean, it's part of it. I mean, if like you said, the more the people grow, the more the services that we offer grow, the more I mean, I can't imagine the city staying with the staff even that it's at right now in the next 5-10 years. There's just gonna be, but if we don't plan for it, then what we're gonna do is end up piecing something together. And when you piece something together, you have breaks, you have fixes, and then you have a modge podge of stuff when you could have just went and done it right the first time.
Well, that's
So-
why I'm throwing our information out there,
Absolutely.
because it tends to be this office down there and up here get forgotten about. And that's okay, we make do, and we do what we need to do to get it done, but when we're I'm gonna throw our names in the hat, Harley.
No,
Throwing it right on in there.
no, and we should. Like, everybody needs to be taken care of, and we need to do our best to take care of each department. Once again, when somebody walks in here, and we have to hire people, and we're gonna have to, because we're gonna grow. When they walk into the building, that's really what someone sees first, and they're like, do I wanna work here? Or is there a spot for me to sit? Like, is there a spot for me to come in and work? Are we gonna put cubicles in this room? That's not how we wanna run, that's not what we wanna do. We don't wanna take a meeting room and have to divide it up into cubicles because we ran out of space. So that was my whole point with the police department too. I just want us to look at it and maybe, like you said, maybe the plan is refresh, and this is done in stages. Maybe it's done in stages.
Yeah,
You know.
like I said, get that done and then move from there to the next.
Yeah, next stage. Absolutely.
We can do that now.
Yeah. Be great. We don't need a motion for that, do we? I mean, it's just,
Y'all just get together and come back and tell us what you want to do, or let me know what you're gonna do, and then we'll start, and then as it,
sounds great.
okay. We have, today, we let bids on the First Street drainage project. And the bid was for grading, box culvert 36 foot long, head walls, and get it ready for paving and opening of Baldwin Drive. So the bid came in, we had 3 bids from 120,400 to 141. Redstone Construction, 120,400. This is a 75-25 grant from White River and Drainage. So we have a resolution authorizing the mayor and city council to enter into a contract with Redstone to do the work, and the work has to be completed per the grant by May. So they're gonna have to get to work. This takes care of the bridging and need to confirm with the developer about the street.
Say again,
Huh?
say again.
Do what?
Say that again, please.
We, we had, you were just started building the bridge thing there and gonna open up Baldwin Drive. correct?
Yes.
And so we stopped and we're gonna try to get a grant for the culverts and the drainage grant, which we did. There's gonna be the work for the connecting of the street and the paving from the box culvert back. Curbs, curbs and paving.
Mike, I think we need to talk in private on that.
Huh?
We need to talk in private on that. I don't think it's the time for that,
Okay.
because
Well, we can't let this resolution on this contract tonight then.
well, then we'll just postpone it. I don't know what to do.
I mean, how do you want to talk about it? I mean, I think the council needs to be included, you know?
Absolutely. But whenever you, I'm not gonna sit here and agree to something in front of the council. I'll tell you what, you and I can work this out, and then whatever we come to, the council and I, we can discuss what we agreed. But, I don't think it needs to be discussed in the open right now.
Okay. And we,
I mean, why can't we go ahead and talk about it? Is there something?
Okay, then here's the deal. I bought that subdivision, an approved subdivision, and I shouldn't have to lift a finger on them streets. I come in, I bought 31 lots and 19 houses, approved. And make me go out there and fix the streets those streets are already approved. And I've already spent $40,000 on the bridge, it's not right. I won't get it done with that back. Now you're asking me to tear it out so that these other guys can come in and fix it. It's not right. I shouldn't have to pay a dime to fix them streets.
so,
I'm not the developer. The developer built that in '05, and the city tore that culvert out because it was undersized.
Okay, hold on. So culvert goes in by a developer
In '05,
in '05,
yes,
it's approved,
yes.
then the city ripped the culvert out?
no,
When?
they laid 3 pipes in there that, they went out there and just laid them in.
Okay.
Without approval from the city on anything. And the city stopped them from putting 36-inch culverts in there.
In
Well,
2005.
830, yes. Now, let me back up a little bit, all right? In 2019, we had a resolution that was passed by the city. It was Resolution 2019-2, which reads, whereas the City Council of the City of Beebe has received a certain request for action as to South Fork subdivision from the mayor of the City of Beebe, whereas it's the findings and conclusion of the City Council that the mayor's request for action is in the best interest of the City of Beebe. This resolution shall be known as Resolution regarding South Fork subdivision. The attached request for action by the mayor of the City of Beebe incorporated herein is set out word for word, reflects current conditions of South Fork subdivision. That request for action letter is attached to this resolution. The City Council hereby accepts the facts presented by the mayor of the City of Beebe. The mayor or his duly authorized representative and relevant city officials and employees shall not issue any building permits on the property known as South Fork subdivision until an appropriate retaining pond is developed and appropriate underground drainage piping is installed and appropriate secondary connector road intersecting First Street is completed as certified by the council or the mayor or his duly authorized representative. If any provision of this resolution or the application thereof to any person or circumstance is held invalid, such invalid shall not affect other provisions or applications of this resolution, which can be given effect without the invalid provision or application, and to the end of the provision for this resolution is declared inseverable. Okay, that was done in 2019. Now, on November in 2022-10 resolution to partially remove the moratorium preventing the issuance of building permits in the South Fork subdivision. Whereas Nathan Lindsay is the process of developing residences within the city limits of the city of, in the South Fork subdivision. Whereas on January the 28th, 2019, the City Council passed, approved, adopted Resolution 2019-2, that's the one I just read, which prohibited the issuance of building permits in the South Fork subdivision until certain drainage repairs had been completed. Whereas the City Council of the City of Beebe has received a certain request for action as to the South Fork subdivision from the mayor of the City of Beebe to allow the issuance of 30 building permits, that would be Phase 1 completion, within South Fork subdivision Phase 1 in return for certain agreements by Lindsay to perform additional drainage-related work with the South Fork subdivision Phase 1. Whereas it's a finding and conclusion of the City Council that the mayor and Lindsay have reached an agreement regarding the issuance of building permits and the additional drainage-related work with South Fork subdivision Phase 1, and that said action pursuant to said agreement is in the best interest of the City of Beebe. The agreement is attached to the resolution as Exhibit 1. Therefore, it be resolved by the City Council, the resolution shall be known as Resolution to partially remove the moratorium preventing the issuance of building permits in the South Fork subdivision. Lindsay shall perform or agree to perform in the future the drainage-related work provided for and agreed to in agreement attached hereto and incorporated as Exhibit 1. In consideration of Lindsay performing or agreeing to perform the work set out in the agreement, the City Council of the City of Beebe does hereby partially remove the moratorium on the issuance of building permits adopted on January 28, 2019 pursuant to Resolution 2019-2, and Lindsay shall be entitled to 30 building permits for the remaining buildable lots located in South Fork subdivision Phase 1, provided all other requirements of issuing building permits are met.
Okay, so we approved 30 lots.
Now, wait, now we have the agreement that was attached to the resolution. The agreement is entered into the 4th day of November, 2022, by and among the City of Beebe and Nathan Lindsay. Nathan Lindsay is in the process of developing residences within the city limits of the City of South Fork subdivision. Typically, building permits are not issued by the city until completion of the construction and installation of drainage systems in the newly developed subdivision. On January the 28th, 2019, the City Council passed Resolution 2019-2, whereby the mayor or his duly authorized representative and relative city officials and employees shall not issue any building permits for the South Fork until appropriate retaining ponds developed and appropriate underground drainage pipe installed and appropriate secondary connector and intersecting First Street is completed as certified by the council. Whereas, except for the conditions addressed in this agreement, the aforementioned drainage concerns have been or will be adequately addressed, and the city shall pass a new resolution partially remove the moratorium currently in place. Lindsay shall provide the work necessary for the common area between Coy Lane and Angel Circle to be that of graded slopes and places in riprap, and you've done that. If requested, Lindsay shall assume the responsibility of completing the Baldwin Drive opening onto First Street. The performance of said action shall comply with all current drainage ordinance regulations, including the use of bridging or box culvert of a size equivalent to or greater than the existing box culvert that runs along First Street. In consideration of Lindsay performing or agreeing to perform the drainage-related work provided for in paragraphs 1 and 2 herein, the city will partially remove the moratorium on the issuance of building permits adopted on January the 28th pursuant to Resolution 2019-2, and Lindsay shall be entitled to 30 building permits for the remaining buildable lots located in South Fork subdivision Phase 1, provided all other requirements to issue of building permits in the city are met. This agreement shall be construed according to the laws of the state of Arkansas without regard to principle of conflicts of law. The parties understand and agree that the agreement contains the entire agreement of the parties, cannot be modified in any way except by written modification executed by each party. By signing this agreement below, the parties indicate that they have read this document in its entirety and fully understand its contents. The parties have been given an opportunity to consult with legal counsel concerning the terms and effects of this agreement. Either party's failure to do so in its own choosing. Signed by myself and Nathan.
Okay.
Now, we have taken the steps to get the grant and perform the box culvert and all this, which you started, and in that, where you started, you were gonna have to complete the street anyway with what the work you were doing. You were gonna, the opening of the street was something that had to be done according to you, that Roush Coleman wasn't gonna buy any more houses unless, lots unless that was done. Of course, we went from Phase 1 to Phase 2, and you pretty much filled it all up now. Well, I mean, I understand now that they
Okay,
have purchased houses and,
I gotta wrap my head around something though. Let's back up. Cause I'm not, I mean, you just read a whole lot and maybe I'm just not that smart. But culverts went in that weren't adequate by another builder. So under the agreement, just slow down and just correct me when I'm wrong. And I don't care. We had to pull them out. We had to pull them out. The city pulled them out. Nathan,
it never was installed.
Okay,
They were rolled
so-
off a truck and rolled in a ditch. They were never installed.
okay. We pulled out whatever was not installed. Okay. So we pull out whatever's not installed. But whatever, there was something there, we take something out. But there's culverts there now, correct?
No, there's
It's open.
nothing there.
It's just open.
It's just open.
It's been open ever since then, it's been
Okay,
open since
just a hole.
2008 or 9.
Okay. So it's just open now. Okay, so there's nothing installed there now. So what would have to be ripped out for us to put,
Well, Nathan started building a bridge, but the weight, it didn't carry the weight engineering for the weight that it was gonna have to have.
okay, so when Nathan started building the bridge to go over this, where did he get what made you decide to build the bridge that way?
I got an email dated, I believe, April of 20 or 22.
That says,
It was from Breckenridge Engineering or Salt Engineering saying, build the box this way.
okay, so you've got, from our engineering company, you have something to say, build it this way.
Yes.
They said, okay,
But it wasn't built that way.
No, Mike.
hold on, just wait.
It wasn't built to
But,
weight standards, correct?
okay, so you got a Salt Engineer even, are they here tonight? Well, okay. So you got something saying build it a certain specs
Exactly.
from Salt Engineering, from our engineering company. Did you build it to those specs? I'm just trying to figure out,
Well, I didn't complete it. but
Started building
we
it to
started
those specs.
building it to the specs of the email I got.
okay?
Yes.
And then, did the specs change? I mean, why do we have to,
Yes.
why do we have to change? I guess that's what I'm asking, is why don't we, if we, I mean, it sounds to me like we should just finish building what we were building if it's to specs.
No, the specs changed. There was another set of drawings floating around out there that I got the incorrect set.
Who sent you the correct, this set of drawings?
Mike did.
So you got a set of drawings,
I'm trying to find the email if I can find it, but I built them off the set of drawings that I received, and it was basically 8 foot 4 wide, 4 foot tall, so 33 square feet of water could fit in that box.
okay?
But at 4 feet, it puts you higher than the asphalt quite a bit. But that's the set of drawings I got, and so now when you turn in on Baldwin, it's just straight up and over and back down.
Back down. I've seen it.
So
Okay, I've seen that.
So the new drawings that were issued by Kyle later, that I later received, is a longer, shallower box, 11 foot 6, and maybe say 3 feet tall,
Okay, so,
to achieve the same amount of water.
and so you got different specs after you started building?
Yes. That's why we shut it down.
He got a set of drawings that showed the size of the initial plan, but it had nothing to do, that has nothing to do, you can still build it to that size and up in the air, but it still won't carry a load of 2,500 pounds, which was never
Yeah,
any part of that engineered for a bridge. It was just some of his workers going out there and pouring concrete with steel in it, which was, and then it was, when Kyle and everybody saw it, said that won't carry a load. I mean,
I guess-
height-wise and width-wise has nothing to do with the fact that it
I
had to
don't,
stop.
I get that, and that's not what I'm saying. I guess what I was trying to figure out in my head, like, if we gave information to somebody and they built it to the specs that they were given and then stopped it because they got different specs. Why do we give different specs?
The other specs were there also. There was no communication from,
They're totally dated.
before it started.
They're dated different. The dates,
There was no communication before the works were started with the city engineer, and the city engineer.
Oh, well, I can't, well, first of all,
so I
like,
just went out there and started with a set, I mean.
no, none of that matters to me. And I'm not, here's the deal. I'm not doing anything with this until I talk to Salt, till I talk to Salt. Because, and, I mean, I don't know what else to do because what I'm hearing is that someone it'd be like me saying, hey, build this way. And then you going to start to building it, and then me handing you another piece of paper that said, hey, build it this way.
Here, you explain that. But we need Salt here, we'll get Salt here.
I'm just
But
trying to wrap my head around it. I don't want to,
Irregardless
show me.
of how, and where we are in that stage of it,
Okay,
it won't work. Because it carries no load capacity and no
This
engineering.
is the specs.
All
Okay.
it is the size.
Nathan was unaware of this until he showed up in my office one day and I gave it to him.
but he was unaware of these specs. Did he have a different set of specs?
I don't know what he had. I don't know where he got it.
I've got one, it's either a year or two older is what I received.
But here we are, now we've gotten a grant to put in a box culvert, which is even lower than the original engineered things, 3 foot by 8 foot. And the city is paying for that at $140,000. And that's no expense to you. But where you had started the culvert, you still had the work to do to pave it and tie it into the street, right?
Yes.
And so that's what we're asking you to do, because that has to be done regardless of what's out there in the bridge. That was your responsibility, and that's what you had agreed to. And so what we're doing now is putting a culvert in. It's not costing you anything. We got by a hazard mitigation grant, and we're just asking you to finish the job after the culvert's in, whether it's the one that's up in the air or the other one or this one.
Would have been nice to get some of this information previous. So, because, I mean, that's just it's a lot to digest without like seeing it and, am I I could use some help here. I mean, am I wrong? I mean, I'm trying to figure this out and it's just, so if all we're asking to do is finish, so.
All we're asking to do is finish.
Just finish
from
tying into the
culvert-
road.
From the culvert back.
Okay, so what's the issue with doing that then?
I don't know. I mean, when I started the drainage contract, drainage ordinance, I'm sorry, to get the drainage, grant, I said we would put this in and you would pave it and pave back the street. You said yes.
Fair enough, Mike.
Is there something else that you would have to do? Is there something more than that you would have to do?
I mean, we're building everything, the head walls, rip, everything. And if it's an expense, if you think that, well, I have to tear that out, we'll tear it out.
Yeah,
Didn't we start this grant process quite a while ago?
We started this back in 2019.
Yeah.
which makes sense why I don't know anything about it. Like, I was like, what is going on? Okay, so so there's something that's gotta be tore, is that what it is? Something's gotta be tore out?
No, he's talking about paving, putting the curb back in there.
Yeah, but if you had continued, you was gonna do that anyway.
Yeah, here's a small problem with that out there. I haven't seen the engineer drawings, the new ones, the newest of the newest, because there's several, now that I know of, there's at least 3 floating around out there. But the street, Mike, is coming in, and you got First Street higher. So if I curb and I pour asphalt and it does this and goes up, there's gonna be, where's all that water gonna go? We can't do curb cuts in the city, so,
I think that's been taken care of in this drawing and in the engineering, but
I mean, I just don't want my name on something that's gonna sit there and hold a ton of water. Cause you get the street up here and you got this coming down.
if you
and
do
coming
it
back up.
according to what he has.
I mean, I'm gonna have to go
It'll be approved.
a long way to get higher than First Street
We
with my
can't go
curb.
back past the first driveway.
Yeah, but
There's one driveway right there, and I don't think you could pass that driveway.
I haven't shot grade on it, any of it. I don't know what's lower.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't here during that, so, I mean, I get it, I get it, so I thank you, that makes sense. So we had to have papers, engineering so that they would say, yeah, we'll approve that amount of money, okay. We'll do that. If we didn't have, okay,
But, weeks ago, you asked me if you could bid on it, and I said, yeah, but you never got any of the things to bid on it.
I got the
And then I asked
plans.
you a week ago, and then I had Kyle send you so you could bid on it even.
Mike, that's not entirely true either, but it's fine. I'll do the work for the curb and the streets on top of the box cover, okay? Is that fair enough?
We'll figure it out.
no, we're not gonna we'll figure it out.
No, it's fine. I can handle it.
I understand, but before we, like, you're gonna do the work for, say again,
Curbs
curbs
and asphalt.
and asphalt,
That's all we're asking.
and that's all you're asking,
And that was what was the responsibility to begin with,
I can do that.
and that's what we're good for.
Yeah.
and we'll take it out.
And we're taking something out,
We'll take out what's there.
Existing.
What's already there.
Put in all new.
okay?
We've got.
Sure, I mean, I'm okay with it, I just wanna make sure that before we leave, we know what everybody's doing, so,
Well, that's why we needed to discuss it, because we needed to know before we move forward with this resolution saying, let's put in $140,000 worth
I agree.
of
Yeah,
culverts
absolutely.
there that,
I just didn't understand what was going on. To be honest with you, I mean, I didn't understand any of it until okay, so you got curbs and asphalt, we're gonna rip out whatever's there and put in culverts.
Baldwin.
So we need a motion to approve the,
So
Well, we have a resolution.
So we're
right.
gonna curb and asphalt Baldwin. I just wanted in the minutes what we're doing here, so.
Curb and asphalt Baldwin. Okay,
Resolution 2024-05.
city's not curbing and asphalt Baldwin, Nathan's curbing and asphalt
Yes,
Baldwin.
that's what I have.
We're ripping out and putting in culverts.
Yeah.
Okay,
Box culverts.
sure. I think box culverts are cool. I'd have played in them when I was a kid.
Or you wanna read 2024 dash?
By title only. Sorry. Apologize.
The motion is second to read resolution number 2024-05 by title only. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution 2024-05, a resolution authorizing the mayor and the city council of Beebe, Arkansas to enter into a contract with Redstone Construction Group Incorporated of Little Rock, Arkansas for the Beebe Box Culvert Improvement Project. Need a motion to adopt the resolution as read.
So moved. Second.
Alderman Duggar is absent. Alderman Stark?
Yes.
Alderman Lindsay?
Yes.
Alderman McCormick?
Yes.
Alderman Lightfoot?
Yes.
Alderman McLean?
Yes.
That passes.
Anybody have anything else? Pardon?
Let's put this in the minutes.
Wait just a second.
Hang on.
She wants to put something in there.
Okay, I handed out to you guys tonight, and this is very important that you guys get these done by January 31st and get them back. There are instructions in your packet. These are the financial statements of interest that all aldermen are required to do
By January 1,
for January 31st.
January 31st.
2020, and this is
Got
on
it.
your 2024 year. You got questions, you can call me or you can call Mike.
This is the same one as what?
Yes, it's the same
After
one,
election.
but the one you did for that was been in your 2023 year, so this is for what you've done 2024. I'm sorry, now I'm ready. Go ahead.
Okay.
Probably need to talk about end of the year bonuses. The employees. I think, what did we do last year? 1,000 full-time and 500 part-time? What do y'all think we need to do? I'm good with that same thing.
I mean, is that standard what we've done every year for,
It's what we done last year, yes.
I'm good with that. I mean, that's what,
Mary, you good with that? I'll make a motion that we give all full-time employees $1,000 bonus, all part-time employees a $500 bonus.
Second.
And that you want to include that, every year we bring up to date from the council, make it their.
I thought that had to be in a separate
Okay,
motion.
all right.
I want to ask real quick, we've had about 5 employees that have been hired in the last couple of months. Are they going to be included in this or not?
I would think that it ought to be retroactive on
Okay, so go ahead and include
when
them.
they were hired.
Okay, so make
Prorate it.
prorated on the
Prorated.
new, okay. Since August, the ones hired since August, okay. I have a motion and a second to pay the full-time employees $1,000, the part-time employees $500, and the employees that have been hired since August, they will be prorated. Okay. Alderman Stark,
Yes.
Alderman Lindsay,
Yes.
Alderman McCormick,
yes.
Alderman Lightfoot,
Yes.
Alderman McLean. Yes. My office
Also-
will work on these this week, but it'll probably be Monday before we have the checks ready.
I'll also make a motion that all elected officials, including the mayor, the clerk treasurer, city council members, receive an end of the year bonus of 1,000.
Second,
Alderman Stark,
Yes.
Alderman Lindsay,
Yes.
Alderman McCormick,
yes.
Alderman Lightfoot,
Yes.
Alderman McLean. Yes.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Somebody else
Well,
had,
well,
Oh, that's right, sorry.
We have one announcement. I'm sorry I didn't get it to you before, we didn't get the information until yesterday.
So the new truck, we are on the 2025, should come off the line in August of 2025. They're about 750 days behind now, so it's been a long process, but it should come off the line somewhere in August 2025.
We do have one more, I'm sorry. We need to bring up the firemen. So, for the volunteers, so we do theirs a little differently, but it still has to be in the minutes. Because they don't get paid per run.
Right.
We wait until the end of the year and we give them a bonus.
Correct.
Or we pay them at the end of the year. Instead of paying per run, they've agreed to that. That's how we've done the last few years. So, I'm just,
Actually, the city set aside $45,000
Yeah.
a few years ago.
Yeah.
Divided that equally between the number of volunteers, and that's what they get for their year.
So I just needed in the minutes that y'all approve paying the volunteer firemen their one-time pay.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Alderman Stark,
Yes.
Alderman Lindsay,
Yes.
Alderman McCormick,
Yes.
Alderman Lightfoot,
Yes.
Alderman McLean.
Yes.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
I apologize,